Well, it's about 10 minutes to 7. Gulf Shores, Alabama.
Yeah.
We're going to get down here. Let's try to catch some of those fish that just took all our line off. And before we came back a little heavier this time. 80-pound test when we use wire leaders. What do you think, Bo? We gonna have any luck today? We haven't had a tropical storm for several days.
Yeah, we've been fortunate in that regard, but I think so. I don't know. I'm interested to see how we do. Plan to still catch a few pins first and then throw those out kind of the times before. We've thrown them down on the bottom and we've hooked into what I think were stingrays.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure after catching one.
Yeah, we caught one of them, but we weren't quite prepared for something like that, I guess, and a couple of the other ones broke off the line after just running out drag forever. Some of them felt like you couldn't make any ground on. So yeah, we got big 80-pound tests today, wire leaders, so we should be about ready for anything we're going to hook into. We're going down off this little seawall that we've been at a couple times before in previous years and done pretty well at, so I guess we'll see what happens.
Historic Perdido Pass.
Yes, there we go. So yeah, we'll see what we get into. Alright, so we do have our first catch of the day.
Unfortunate bait.
That's alright.
Wow, that was dumb.
How's it feel?
Feels pretty good. I don't know if I can make any headway on it.
Man, don't hold that top spool tight. Or
I don't feel there. It's starting to
keep going, dude. Did he finally get that in?
Yeah, did you see it?
I did not.
He was dragging it past you there.
Holy mackerel, it was a fish?
Yeah. I got a video, I'll show you. It was a big
Jack Gorell.
I can't tell what this is. He's not peeling line. There it is. Whoa.
What it looked like?
It wasn't a ray. I can tell you that. But
It wasn't a what? Ray?
Yeah.
Oh,
Outside of
Tyler's going to have a fit. I think it, I don't know, it might be a big red. If it ain't a ray.
I don't know what it is.
I saw brown.
Yeah, the fin looks kind of brown and red. I don't know what. There it is. Whoa.
I don't think it was happy about seeing us either.
See it?
Oh, it's a red.
Nice.
Holy cow, dude. That is bad. It's a big old red. You got him on one of them pins we caught.
Help you with it? Yeah, that might help. Appreciate it.
Thank you, buddy.
Much of a net. Alright, I'll follow you. I've been telling you. Make up a good story about it.
I had that tied off. That pole was standing straight off that railing. Yeah, buddy, thank you.
Thanks a bunch.
Way to go.
Good looking fish. Nice. Nope. Come on now.
You got him?
I think.
He's gonna try to flip on you, so get him over the thing fast.
Drop him in.
Yeah.
Good.
Woo!
Thanks there, partner. Get going. Come on.
There he goes.
Good morning. It is September 21st. We're 7 days away from the opener here in Ohio for the archery season. We are headed to a new farm.
Yeah.
So it's about overall huntable. It's about 750 acres. Pretty excited. It's kind of kind of central Clark County, really. I mean, it's just outside the city limits. And we don't know a lot about it. You know, the farmers tell us that it hasn't been hunted in 39 years. There hasn't been permission given in 39 years. But the farmers went to the landowner and complained about crop damage the last few years, and the whole, we got to raise your rent and that kind of thing, and the farmer objected, and so they agreed. And we were the lucky beneficiaries of that.
Yeah, right place, right time.
Absolutely.
So it should be pretty interesting. Like Dad said, we don't really know that much about it. But the mission for today is to go out, and we looked at this particular plot of land that we're going into on Onyx. We think we got an idea of where we want to put a stand. We've kind of got an idea how it lays out, like topographically, I guess you would say. So we'll get in there. Goal is to get that stand set up, get a couple trail cameras out. So yeah, we'll show you some more of the layout when we get there.
And we're shooting.
So here we are, putting up the stand. This is that first parcel, I guess you would call it, like we were talking about. There's kind of 3 separate sections that we can hunt, and this is the first one we wanted to get into. You can kind of see behind Dad there's a pretty wide open pasture, which is where we access through, and then just on the other side of this fence opens up into this bean field here. So pretty good chunk of kind of untouched crops. Now these tree lines here back on either side, over to our left is cliff, correct? And then straight across from us is cliff. Okay, so all of this is, and then back here to our right in this far back corner is kind of the one spot where it's more of a gradual ledge for something to walk out of. But yeah, the other side is literally rocky cliffs. So we are thinking that this might be kind of the spot, or at least without really knowing anything about this place, this seems to be the best place to start. There's a little trail just off here, I don't know, 10-15 yards to the left of Dad, where he's setting a stand up, that it looks like stuff crosses through. Now there is the electric part of the barbed wire fence there is kind of pulled to the side, so there's basically a hole in the fence. Don't know if that's like an intentional thing that's been done so that people can cross through, or if that's, you know, the fence fell and the deer are using it, or some combination of the two. But between the sign and kind of the lack of other viable trees, this seems like a pretty good spot to at least observe first off, because we can see the whole field here and got a pretty clear view of the pasture too, to be able to tell where the movement is, even if it's not exactly where we set this stand up the first time. So that's the plan. So the stand is up. We pretty much finished getting this in. Took a little bit of situating.
Took a lot.
Yeah. It's one of the things we've learned definitely the last 2 years is how hard it is to hunt tree lines, because nobody leaves good trees in them.
Well, so yeah, it's hunting tree lines that are between pasture and crop.
Yeah,
right?
exactly.
So at some point, it was barren.
Mm-hmm.
So there's no good hard timber, no straight trees. You're in scrub little crabapple trees, and every once in a while you get I call it a gum tree. Yeah, is what we're in. So that's what you get, and they do not grow straight. No,
but
it's just trash.
Yeah, but we happened to find one. You know, we talked about we were trying to get a spot in here more for observation than anything, just because we don't have any idea of the pattern here, trying to figure it out. But there is a trail right here, a little pass through from the pasture to the bean field, and we were fortunate enough to find a pretty decent tree, maybe 15 yards off that. So that's where we got the stand right now. We're
about 10 or 15 yards off of it, but we're kind of in a transition zone, we think. Mm-hmm. Like, right, this is boots on the ground just a little bit. We did find a crossing through this fence where they're using it pretty consistently. Yeah. And we believe it's actually, so we're about 150 yards from what we think is some bedding. We didn't, and we're not going over there.
No, leave that untouched
to disrupt it. But we know that there's some bedding back here, or at least it's got to be. I mean, just the contour of the land, it drops off over there. They're very secluded up here. They can feel free to roam. So, you know, we're looking for east and west winds to hunt this stand, because until we get out here and actually get some visibility and during the hunting.
Right.
See what the deer are actually doing. We're going to put a camera up, see if we can pick up anything on that. But yeah, right now we think this is a pass through from some bedding over here to our south, and then bedding over to our north. The thing about the bedding to the north, it'll be wind directional based, because to get them over to this side of the field, right? Yeah. We're about 120 yards to the bean field's about 120 yards wide. So obviously, archery hunting, there's got to be a reason for them to come over to this side.
Right. Yeah.
Hopefully, that is wind-based bedding, and I'm hopefully that east or west wind would put them in either one of these bedding sites. That's what I would think. Yeah. Right. It would keep them protected. You know, to the north they got a cliff on that side, and then over here, basically they've got a city to that side. So yeah. Right. Their travel here. Their backs are kind of guarded. Yeah. Yeah. Backs are fairly guarded.
So it does. You know, this does seem like the best spot based on our kind of quick scout. But what's also nice about it is, you know, like Dad kind of touched on, we can see this entire bean field from here. So if we do realize the different patterns going on, or they're coming out of a different area than we thought, we'll be able to see that and make adjustments based on it. So I think that kind of wraps us up for our little half scout and quick setup for today. Maybe here later into the year we'll dive into, you know, the other parcels of land that we're able to hunt here, but I guess this is a good start for us. Definitely excited to get in here.
So that about completes all of the setups on the farms we have. Gets us a good spot for everything we got going on. We thought we'd throw in a few trail cam videos just to show you. We got a couple mature bucks that we'll be chasing this year. Pretty excited about the upcoming season. Got 3 really nice farms to hunt. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you did, please hit like and subscribe. And as always, remember, respect the hunt.